Friendships are some of the most influential relationships we'll ever have. There's that old saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Being able to distinguish friend from foe is an innate human instinct, one that requires balancing both intuition and common sense. Whether we like to admit it or not, the people closest to us have a way of shaping our confidence, our decisions, and even the way we see ourselves.
I do not understand how this is a hot take in the slightest, and yet somehow it is, because there are so many people, like daywalkers, that are just walking around in broad daylight that will act like this. Grown adults that will act like this. I'm talking about the kind of friend that you have, right? The kind of friend that seems like they enjoy being around you, seems like they care about you, seems like they're invested in your well-being and your personal feelings, okay? They seem like when you're around them that they care about you, but if you stop texting them today, they would never reach out to you. Your friendship is hanging on by the thread that is you texting first. Those kind of people. Because it always seems like, well, they miss me after they go a long time without seeing me. It's kind of shocking, because you're like, when we do hang out and when I do reach out to them, they do agree to make plans and like we are good and everything's fine. But when you stop reaching out to those people, they never reach out to you. I'm going to be a junior in college this upcoming semester, so I've only been in college for 2 years, and yet the amount of people that I've made friends with and lost a friendship with because I stopped reaching out first and doing all of the work is crazy. I'm not talking about the situations where someone's clearly going through something. I'm not talking about those situations where it's a very close friend that you've had for an extended period of time and that's just become your routine and dynamic that both of you can rely on and both of you are happy and comfortable with. And I'm absolutely not talking about new friendships where both of you are figuring things out, okay? But if you have a semi-close friend that you want to deepen that friendship with, why would you sit by and let them do all the work? It stops being emotional investment the second it stops being predominantly mutual. Again, there are exceptions to this, and that's fine. But if it stops being mutual, it goes from emotional investment by reaching out to somebody and asking them how they're doing, asking them if they want to talk, to a chore. Because a chore is something that you do to upkeep and maintain the well-being of something that you need to take care of. If you don't wipe your butt, bad things will happen, okay? If texting someone in your life has become more similar emotionally to wiping your butt or brushing your teeth, that is not a friend. And I challenge you to stop reaching out to these kinds of people and stop doing all the work, because you deserve people that will invest in you just as much. It's not bad to invest in someone and expect something out of somebody. It's not bad to have standards. And typically, people like me and you that always do the reaching out, that always do the heavy lifting, attract people that are freeloaders and do not care about us in the same way that we care about them. Life is too short to settle for this kind of behavior, and you deserve better. And if you have experience with this, please give advice in the comments, because I can tell that this video is going to reach the right audience who probably needs this advice.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but that friend of yours who still hangs out with someone who hurt you and disrespected you because they didn't do anything to me, that person is not your friend, okay? Cut that person loose.
One of the most dangerous people to be around is someone who literally resents you for being who you are, yet they still choose to be around you because they know you're a good influence, they know you're a good person, but deep down they hate you because you're everything that they're not. This may be like very niche, but if you've ever, like, those people are so scary to be around, because also when you're around them, you can feel them observing you. You can feel them watching the way you speak, the way you interact with other people. When you do something, they actually like encourage you to do the opposite of what they know you would do, because they'll do anything for you to not be who you actually say you are. Even if that means encouraging bad behavior, even if that means like telling you to do things that you know you wouldn't do, because deep down they hate you for being who you are, and they resent you for it because you're everything that they're not. I don't know if everyone is gonna get that, but those are very dangerous people to be around.
The most dangerous person, especially if they're a friend, to have in your life. I'm currently reading 48 Laws of Power. If you haven't heard of this book, interesting fact, but this book is banned from all prisons because of what it teaches when it comes to the psychology of others, and I'm learning so much. And I found one of the laws particularly interesting because it really applies to my personal life and my past experiences. Law 10 out of the 48 states, infection, avoid the unhappy and unlucky. And if you read this chapter, it basically tells you to avoid people who are constantly victimizing themselves. They are the victim in every single story. And I know we all know someone like that. This person screwed them over. That person screwed them over. Bad things are just always happening to them and they don't know why. And not only are bad things always happening in their life, but they're always talking about it to garner attention and sympathy from other people. So why is this type of person so dangerous? Well, when you really think about it, someone who always plays the victim, they never hold themselves accountable for their own actions. They're constantly blaming someone else. And if you have someone like this in your close-knit circle, you're eventually going to start adopting this same attitude. People hate to admit this, but you are who you hang out with. And why is this so dangerous? Because when you don't hold yourself accountable for your own actions, for your own life, you are basically giving your power away to others. And let me tell you, every successful person out there would never give their power to anyone else because they know that the power lies within them. I'm very compassionate and empathetic naturally, so I used to attract people like this all the time before I learned that not everyone deserves this side of me. When you hang out with people who are constantly playing the victim in every single story, one day, inevitably, you will become their villain, and they'll let everyone know about it.
You can always tell when a girl does not really like you, but you pretend and ignore the signs. And I know because I used to do it too. It's easier to ignore them than to admit that something about you triggers people. You might just be confident, smart, and beautiful, and that triggers a lot of people. She does not think you're confident, smart, and beautiful. She registers that as a threat. You think I'm joking? She's not complimenting you. It's studying. She's studying what you do, how you move, how you act. That weird tension that you feel sometimes, the little backhanded compliments, they're not in your head. You need to trust your gut and intuition. Don't play dumb. Don't make yourself small. You're not imagining things in your head. You're just not used to being the woman that makes other people feel insecure or makes other people feel triggered. And after doing a lot of self-work and growth, you might be so proud of yourself, but it's really important that you get yourself in spaces where that's appreciated and seen and recognized. And you're not being pushed into a box or being forced to be insecure, especially if you've done the hard work to gain back that confidence and self-esteem. When other women think you're a threat, it can get extremely unsafe for you. So watch out, be smart.
This is how you know that a woman secretly hates you and that she's not your friend. Hopefully this will benefit people who are a little bit younger or a little bit more naive than I am. There are many signs that a woman secretly resents you and that she sees you as her competition and she wants you to fail. These signs are not always going to be obvious, but if you know what to look for, then you will see what I'm talking about. One of the most subtle ways that a woman will show her resentment for you is by glaring at you from across the room when she thinks you can't see her. When women glare, they are expressing their resentment towards you in the most subtle way possible. Another very, very clear sign is that these women will never have anything good to say about you. Every word out of their mouths when it comes to you is snide, passive-aggressive, some kind of a backhanded compliment, something that is meant to undermine your confidence. A lot of these statements will be disguised as jokes. That's something that people love to do as a cover-up for bullying, is they like to say that they're just joking. But if you think about it this way, there are many things that a person could joke about, but if they always choose to joke about something that is mean and hurtful, they're just using humor to disguise their hatred for you. Another sign is that this woman will never be happy for you. Like, if something good happens to you, she's never, ever, ever going to be happy or congratulate you. But a woman who secretly hates you is going to resent you when you're doing well in life. And because she sees you as her competition, the first thing that she wants to do is bring you down. And she will do that in subtle ways by laser focusing on your insecurities and the things that you do poorly. Because in her mind, if she can bring you down, then she doesn't have to feel as badly about herself. Like they say, misery loves company. And in order to be little, you have to be little. If she sees you as up here, she wants to bring you back down. And she will do that with little passive-aggressive statements, or she will withhold praise or anything that is kind and uplifting to you. She will only say things that are critical. She will only say things that are underhanded to make you second-guess yourself and to detract from the fact that you're doing well and possibly doing better than her. Another clear sign is that this woman will not want you around any of her male friends or her male partner, because women like that are very patriarchal and they see pretty much every other woman as competition. So if a woman is threatened by you, especially if you are physically attractive, she will not want you to be around men that she knows, because if you are in their presence, then you're taking the attention away from her. And she needs that attention to feel any kind of self-worth. She's so insecure that without the constant attention and validation from people, especially from men, she doesn't feel good about herself, you know? So if an attractive woman like yourself is around, you basically, in her mind, are taking away her source of validation. That is something that she finds very threatening, because it's something that she can't live without. And it's very important to know that a lot of these women are masterful actors, and they are excellent at hiding behind a charismatic personality. They are excellent at, you know, getting you to let your guard down, and they will act like your best friend. But if your intuition is telling you that what they're doing is forced or fake or disingenuous, chances are that they're only putting on this act for you so that you keep your guard down and they can maintain access to you. Because when women see you as their competition, when they're jealous of you, they actually, contrary to popular belief, they actually don't want to cut you off. They want to keep you around because they want to be able to monitor you and have access to you. Because when they have access to you, they know more information about you. They know your personal affairs. They know your insecurities. And all of that can be used as ammunition to tear you down. Like, just because a woman is nice to you does not mean that she likes you. And that is something that a lot of naive and empathic women, like myself, you know, we are very easily fooled by charisma and charm and friendliness. And we mistake that for a good heart. We mistake that for sincerity and being genuine. And we don't see that those qualities can be used as a manipulation tactic. And believe it or not, a part of me still does maintain a certain level of compassion for these women, because this behavior originated in patriarchal society. Men are the reason that women have been pitted against each other and taught to see each other as competition. Patriarchy is the reason that women are so insecure, because they are constantly taught to value themselves only by how well they are liked or how physically attractive they are. Women's number one priority has always been to be the most well-liked, to be the most attractive, because they genuinely in their minds think that relationships between women are like a vicious sporting event, this you know, cutthroat competition. That's what the patriarchy has trained them to think. And so they don't think that they're doing anything wrong, because they truly have been led to believe that women are each other's competition, and that if you are not constantly tearing other women down, then you are going to be the underdog. You're trying to claw your way to the top of these social ladders. You don't want other women to have that position. So what do? You do everything that you can to bring those women down. You are fake to them. You spend time with them to learn information about them that you can use against them. And that's how the patriarchy has warped women's self-perception and their relationships to each other. And that's where this behavior comes from.
If there's one thing you take from me, let it be this. A girl who talks shit about her friends to you is also a girl who is talking shit about you to her friends. And don't be naive about this. There is definitely a clear difference between venting about your feelings and then straight up talking shit on your friends. If a girl so easily can talk shit on her friends to you, what makes you think she's not doing it back to you? Know the difference and cut those people off.
You cannot convince me that when someone does not like any of your posts on social media, that it means they don't fuck with you. You cannot convince me otherwise. Because the whole point of social media is to interact with people. It is to be social. It is to engage. It is to comment. It is to like. It is to share. So when someone that you know, friend, family, foe, when they don't like anything on your page, it 100% means they don't fuck with you. I don't care if they say, oh, I don't have time, or oh, I didn't see it. If they are on social media and they are posting on social media and they are liking other people's things on social media, they saw yours and they just scrolled past it. And it's simply because they think that liking your picture is some type of validation. And the last thing that they want to give you is validation. Stop fucking with people who don't even fuck with you.
You know you've reached the next stage of maturity when those friends you have, girls or guys, the ones that are always talking shit about their other friends, they talk shit about them, they complain about them, they whinge about them, they always have something negative to say about them, but then you still see them hanging out with them all the time. Yeah, they're talking shit about you too. They're talking shit about you too, because they're not talking shit about someone who has fucked them over and they've cut them out of their lives. They're talking about the people who are still in their lives every single day. And if you're in that person's life, they're talking shit about you too. Like, you can feel it and you know it. And you know, sometimes when you meet all the other friends as well, things are a little bit sus and it's like a bit awkward because it's kind of like you don't know what to say. You don't know what you can say because you know so much about their lives already. So if they do say anything, you just kind of have to almost pretend that you don't know shit. Next. I don't want it.
Worst, scariest type of person you could ever come across in your life is someone who wears the friend mask but hangs around you to humble you. If someone comes up to you and compliments you in public and you have a friend that speaks up, that says, don't boost her ego too much, don't tell him that too much, it's gonna go to his head, that is the mask slipping off. That is when you know that person really, really resents you even more than you know. And when you do better than them or you shine better than them, the mask slips. They can't keep it to themselves. They just have to humble you. Or they have to make someone feel bad for complimenting you. Don't compliment her outfit. Now she's going to wear it every single day. That is a double agent. That is someone playing both sides. They hate you. Okay? If someone does this to you even one time, get them the fuck out. A couple of things that a real friend wouldn't do. This one might hit a little. They get nasty or weirdly defensive because you're trying to have a difficult conversation with them. A genuine connection never deteriorates because of a difficult conversation. Remember that. They have an issue with you, but instead of coming to you with said issue, they go to literally everyone else. A real friend's going to come up to you and be like, what's going on between us? You know what I mean? Real friend is not going to be in a room full of people and talk negatively about you. They're going to be in a room full of people talking positively about you. They're going to be hyping you up behind your back. A real friend wouldn't act weird and strange when something good happens in your life. Yeah, I know. A real friend would never make you feel like you have to earn the friendship. This is not a premium subscription, babes. It's a friendship. If I have to break down someone's walls to get the good, to get the kind version of them, what the fuck, no. They're not going to go ahead and share your personal secrets with literally every single person ever. Like, you know that you can't go to this person and tell them something because they're going to go blabber it to everybody who has ears. Like, that's not a real friend. And lucky last, a real friend has respect and loyalty for you. They're not going to go after your ex-boyfriend. They're not going to go befriend your ex-bestie. You know, they have loyalty and respect for you. We love that.
These are the types of women I no longer want to be friends with as a woman who's about to turn 38. If you are insecure, and I don't mean like, oh, you feel like ugly sometimes. I mean insecure to your core, where you're a hater. You always have something negative to say, and you you cannot be supportive of other people because of how you feel about yourself. The chaos friend. The friend who every time you talk to them, they never ask you how you are. It's always about some crazy, chaotic thing that's happening in their lives. It's always doomsday. It's always chaos. And it's always, always, always about them. They never ask you how you are. And then they go radio silent if you try and talk about yourself. Women who don't have the ability to self-reflect. Like, if you can't, take a minute and be like, oh my God, I'm sorry, that was wicked selfish. Like, if you can't take a minute to look at your own behaviors, no thank you. Women who are one-uppers, who you can say something like, oh my God, whatever. Every story you tell that's about you, they have to one-up you. Bleh. Anyone who just views the world as cup half empty, is that how it goes? I'm all set with that kind of mindset. I cannot be around negative people who always have to complain, always have to see the bad in situations. It's you're a dark cloud. You're literally a dark cloud. And I cannot be around people like that. It's one thing to be to complain here and there. But if you are literally cup half empty and all you can see is the negative and the bad, no. And last but not least, the list goes on, but the friend who isn't a friend. You know what I'm saying? The only time you talk is when you reach out. There's no initiation whatsoever. They don't actually give a fuck about you. They don't check in on you. It's always you checking in on them. They never ask you how you are. They never or the friend that watches all your stuff but never engages, especially for business purposes on Instagram, on my makeup page. You look at all my stuff and you don't like it. That's my job. That's my business. Especially when it's the other way around. I'm always sharing your stuff. I'm always commenting. I'm always liking. Ugh. I can't. I'm too old for any of that toxic, negative, chaos, dark cloud, black energy, insecure, mean, just any of that. That's it. I can't anymore.
Reality is that genuine friendship doesn't require you to shrink, apologize for your success, or question your worth. The right people won't compete with your light. They'll celebrate it. As you continue evolving into the person you're meant to become, pay attention to who claps when you win, who checks on you when you lose, and who remains consistent when there's nothing to gain. Those are your people. Until next time, protect your peace, trust your intuition, and keep evolving.